he's a six by nature, but I'm sure that you guys were probably the same lot that would say N'Golo Kante was a six as well too, right? Was N'Golo Kante a
And
six?
He was.
N'Golo Kante's not getting dribble pass like this.
I disagree. N'Golo
N'Golo.
Kante was the definition of a box to box midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He
well,
wasn't he
the
wasn't getting dribble
definition
pass
of
So
like
he's
this.
an 8.
midfielder, so he's an eight. I think he was just he just happened to be very good at winning the ball back. But N'Golo Kante was firmly at number 8. But to as we were talking about,
Sorry, made him a number 8, low key. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was at his best there because that allowed him to. He was closer to goal. But no, we don't. I mean,
That's
like,
great.
bro, we don't play in a way that enables our six to just kind of sit there and accumulate all these pass completion stats.
But is it possibly?
But Salam, ain't nobody talk about no pass completions. I'm talking about this man is getting beat.
Yeah, because
every match.
It's just him though. Gabriel, you play football. He's getting.
It's just Declan Rice.
He's getting overloaded. No, but who's Declan Rice playing with? He's playing with two
guys. So it's personnel. It's personnel.
Hey, all I know. Okay.
Last week I said that the manager is 100% completely in charge of unbalancing this midfield, and he needs to hold accountability for that. Correct. So how do you have someone? Do you think the three of you? Do you think a midfield of Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, which is like the same profile player for me, and Casemiro is a like? Who do you think is going to get the short end of the stick there? Because there's two people not helping out to defend. So of course, I'm not surprised that he has those stats, Gabriel. But
Mason Mount didn't start though. I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny you say that. The reason why
let's get into United.
The reason why we're talking about the goal that we did was because of Christian Eriksen. It would help if he had someone who could defend just half of the way that he does. He'd be all right. But unfortunately, he's not surrounded by these guys that can have the legs or just the ambition to defend. But I mean, but yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that he's one of the most.
All right, yeah, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. I feel like we should talk about Chelsea first, just because we lost, and then we can talk about the game of the weekend. But yeah, just as intro it up. Welcome. Another episode here of Africans Talk Football TV. Get into y'all a little bit later this week. We have the long weekend, Labor Day weekend here in the United States. For all of you that are not, Americans and are watching from abroad, thanks for bearing with us. It was actually a good weekend, man. We all linked up. It's been a little bit since we've all linked up and had time to watch a game together, but we all went down to visit our buddy Salam here, down in Cincinnati to watch the Arsenal versus Manchester United primetime match on Sunday.
Yeah, y'all coming down, man. Showing love.
Nah, man, dude, it was
always.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, for
right.
sure.
Thanks for having us.
Beautiful house, by the way. Beautiful house.
Yeah, I see Project Mbappe is already starting with okay with Baby K.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, let's get into it. Chelsea. Yeah, like Mike said, we're gonna keep this short and sweet.
Yeah.
Chelsea loss was frustrating to say the least. Disappointing. Total 3 steps back from what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. And it was tough too, just because we come off a week where we had 2 wins. So it was positivity, after a kind of a rocky start. You feel me? But I don't know, man. There are just a few things that point out to me in this match. We have no killer. No one in our team has that killer. We saw Raheem Sterling score a brace just a week before, and then seemingly goes
ghost.
Call him Danny Phantom. Nicholas Jackson got his first goal in Chelsea Blue just a week ago, missing a sitter. And then he had a few chances too. I mean, we can get into all the chances, but it's so frustrating because, like I said last week, man, Enzo Fernandez has been putting together 7s, 8s, just solid performances, but they're always getting overlooked because our team's just not winning. And I could see Enzo out there. Like I was going to be very critical of him a few others on our team too. But after last year, after we splashed the cash for him, he's one of the players that I just had a keen eye on all year. And 4 weeks in, 5 weeks in, I'm not gonna hold you. He's looked decent. He's looked very decent. He's been one of the positive bright spots of our team. But just all together, man, I don't know what I really don't know what the idea or what Poch is trying to bring to the team. And I talked about this a little bit, just in the group chat with our signings this year. Poch hasn't said one thing about any of the signings that we've gotten, whether it be positive or negative. So I don't know if this is his team, if these are the players that he wanted during this window. But, the window's over now, so we kind of have to deal with it at least until January. And formation staying the same, the players he's starting are staying the same. So it's just like, all right, if you found your solid 11, if these are going to be the guys that you're going to start each game with, there has to be some improvement from week to week. I mean, Nottingham Forest just got promoted from the Prem up into the Prem last year, and there's no reason they should be beating us at home, shutting us out. It's frustrating, man. Like we fight a Luton team that gave us troubles in the first half, and then we find a way to dig ourselves out of that hole. We win 3-1, and then we come back the next week, and it's just what like how do we build on that? Like we go on a week where we win our midweek match to get us into the next round of the Carabao, and then or FA Cup, and then we win in the weekend.
It was Carabao.
Or it was Carabao, yeah. Sorry about that. So we win our Carabao match midweek against a team that was way lesser than us. Luckily, we got the dub. And then we move towards the weekend where we get another dub. So rolling off that momentum, you would think that Poch has something to bring to the team. Another home match, Nottingham Forest. And I don't know, man. I keep saying, like, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but like how much worse can it really get? Last year we were 12th place, and now we're back in 12th place. I know we're only 4 weeks in, but it's just like, dog, what are we doing here? Like what are we actually doing? These matches are matches that we look on the schedule saying, okay, let's start off our first month with, possibly max points. Here we are losing to West Ham, who struggled last year, who was almost who was in a relegation battle last year up until the last month. Now we're losing to Nottingham Forest, who just got promoted last week. So it's like, what are we doing as Chelsea Football Club? Where how are we building ourselves back up and to be one of those teams that's going to be competing for top 4 again? Because right now it doesn't look like we're competing for anything. Like right now it just looks like we're going week by week. Poch has his guys and he just says, all right, this 11 is going to play. Like every single week we do something different. That first match of the year where we were switching the ball quickly, don't see any of that anymore. Nicholas Jackson is getting his chances. Our attacking players just aren't critical. So it's just like, I don't know, man. That's pretty much all I have to say. I really don't have anything positive. It's just like frustrating looking at us play for 90 minutes and not even be able to muster up one goal against a team that just got promoted to the Prem. It's like, bro, like if this is going to be the year, I'm about to be like, I'm about to be a Wrexham fan. I'm about to go get me a Wrexham jersey.
Wait, but Cornelius, is this all things considering, with all the players that you brought in, do you really?
It's a disgrace, bro. It's a disgrace.
I understand, like with the status of your club and everything, but realistically, do you expect to compete at this moment with this? Like, do you expect to see immediate results with this team? Because like these players,
yes.
They've been playing together for probably, I don't know, maybe
4 games. Not really.
Yeah, but even with preseason, it's like, I don't know, maybe 4 months tops, like the core group. Like, does that? Yeah. And you have high profile guys who haven't even really settled into the team yet. Like, I agree, Enzo has like played well, but
yes, I expect to be able to put. I expect to be able to put up a result against Nottingham Forest.
That's fair.
Thank you. That's right.
I mean, like, look at what we started. Our first game of the match was against Liverpool. Yeah, but we managed to get to draw. Of course, the whole thing goes Liverpool, Chelsea. We draw every match. But this is a team that's going to be competing for top 4 this year. This is a team that, as bad as they were last year, still managed to get 5th place in the Prem. And this is a team that we were able to draw in the first match of the year, not even having a Caicedo. He wasn't even in the team yet, not even having some of these high-profile players you're talking about. Yeah, we had Reece James. Yeah, we had a few other people that are now injured. But at the end of the day, this is a result that we put up against a very, very strong Liverpool team. Now, if you look at what Liverpool has done since then, they're climbing the table. What are we doing? We're losing to West Ham, and then we're struggling against Luton, and then now we're losing to Nottingham Forest. Like, I'm not saying we're supposed to be everything's supposed to be clicking right now. Absolutely not. Our whole team, our average team age is 22 years old. A lot of these guys haven't played in the Prem ever. So it's going to be a little bit of growing pains. There's going to be a little bit of a transitional period where everything doesn't go our way. But these aren't the results that I'm expecting against a Nottingham Forest at home. Like, at home, bro. At home. And so for me, it's just like you have to stress to protect the bridge. That is one thing Chelsea's always been known for. You come into the bridge, it's going to be a hard-fought match. It's going to be very defensive. It's going to be bloody, and it's going to be a battle. And usually we come out victorious. I didn't see any of that this weekend. None of that, bro. It's not like we just fought our hardest and somehow just didn't get a result. We didn't look great. We had chances to score. We were moving the ball around, but in the final third, it's just not there. So for me, no, I don't expect everything to be perfect. These guys are still trying to figure out who each other are, but these are not the games that we should be dropping points. These are not the points that we should be dropping. If we drop these to Liverpool, we drop these to City, Arsenal, United, sure, cool. These are teams that we're going to have a tough battle going to hit against. But Nottingham Forest? Come on, bro. I'm not here.
It's going to be inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I agree 100% with you. If you look at the game, it seems like he's doing too much. He needs to just relax and let the guys play. Keep it simple. I said a couple of weeks, it's going to be up and down season. You know, I was saying that I hoped it would all work, right away. But like Cornelia said, you have to get a result again on Nottingham Forest. It's just unacceptable, especially at home. 1-0 loss. Like, come on. Like, I get it. But in the game, you see how many times he changes the formation. Players are getting confused when you're doing that in the game. Okay, we learn one thing. We have one game plan. We go out in a certain formation. You take out Chilwell, try to go back 4. It doesn't work. You change it again by making some very questionable subs, I thought some of the subs were interesting because this was not a Raheem Sterling game. He clearly was not playing well, and he kept him in the game and kind of put Cole Palmer in the 10 type of position where he's been playing really on the outside of City for a while now.
I've never seen.
He's always been playing on that outside right. He's been playing on that outside
make sense.
I was like, I've never seen him play in the 10.
It didn't make sense. It almost seems like everything we did in the preseason didn't matter. No, we have injuries. I know guys are out. You kind of got to stick to your main ideology. Like, you can't be having guys confused. Some guys clearly don't know exactly what they should be doing. Example, Chilwell. I don't know if you're playing left winger or striker. Like, I really don't know. Sometimes you're seeing him right in front in the box where Jackson should be. Jackson's chance he missed, I mean, it's inexcusable. I don't have
That's the
any
exact word I was going to use.
I don't have anything to say about that. I don't have any complaints. I also do believe that Jackson, as our striker, has been the one that has been given better passes than guys that should be doing that. Guys like I'll say Chilwell. Chilwell hasn't given good crosses. The crosses should be coming in quickly. Don't carry the ball, and then you're about to go out before you cross it. Quickly, like when there's space. You're waiting when there's no space to put in the ball. And then how are you expecting people? If you look at Sterling's shot that was blocked by Aina in the first couple of minutes. If he gives it quickly, he has a chance to at least get something off. But he waits. The guy gets close to him, and he's there when Sterling takes the shot. But I mean, overall, there's no excuses. Did we expect instant, everything working to the highest? Probably not. But we spent money on some guys that shouldn't be the cause of the goal, shouldn't be the direct cause of the goal. Somebody like Caicedo. I mean,
once again,
he still doesn't feel comfortable. Like, we don't have time to be doing that. Like you better leave those nerves at the door. Like we know everybody's going to be looking at you because you're the highest paid midfielder ever in the Prem. We know you should at least by now shake that off. That is going to be a thing. People are going to look for every little thing you do. But you can't be the direct cause of a goal. And then when you lose the ball, there's no real aggressive action to maybe recover it back. Like I don't know what's going on, but I personally believe Pochettino is not doing a very good job at making what the plan is clear to these guys. If you go in a game and you go in playing a back three, and once a goal goes in, you go back four. What do you think your guys are thinking? He doesn't know. Oh, it's not working. Once the coach has a doubt, you think the guys on the field are confident? They're not confident. They're not. And I think that's what we're dealing with, and we need to figure out a way. Good thing for us is this break. We need this break because when we come back, we're gonna have a lot of guys back. Badiashile is gonna be back. Lavia is gonna be back. Hopefully, Reece James will be back. So hopefully, there are better days ahead. But so far, it's been disappointing. Apart from the Liverpool game, yeah, it's not looking.
I don't expect what you guys. Really gonna think is gonna happen though. Like I'll just starting with Pochettino. When you brought him in, like history tends to repeat itself. Chelsea constantly ties Liverpool all the time. History tends to repeat itself. Pochettino, everywhere where I've seen him, lackluster. If I'm being complete, and let's be real, Pochettino has had good Tottenham teams, like good Tottenham sides. Didn't do anything. Went to PSG, lost League on. He got his Parc de France, I think, or whatever. I think he got maybe one league, but
hold on, Gabriel. I do want to ask you a question though.
Yes.
I agree, he's had some good. What would you say his best Tottenham team was?
Wasn't he didn't he have when Dembele
that Leicester season? That Leicester season.
The Leicester season.
Yeah, that season.
Were they second place? Didn't they?
Yeah, they're second. They finished second that season.
If anyone bottomed, I guess it was them. So that year, I guess that was the year that, like, if they were going to win it, it had to have been that year. But I just felt like all the other teams were just so much better than his, though. Is that really on him?
I'm not saying that other teams weren't better than him, but what I'm saying is, as a manager, I haven't seen Poch do anything, like nothing of stature where I'm like, okay, this is a manager who can come in and I haven't seen that whatsoever. And I've been watching Poch since what, 10 years now, 8 years. So for him to come into already a kind of a blown up situation, for lack of better terms, it's tough for him already, not being a manager who can already just kind of demand that respect from the players. So it, like I said, this year for Chelsea, once again, I think will just be will be similar to last year. It might be a little bit better. I don't think you'll end up not bottom of the table, but bottom half of the table. But I don't know how you can expect 25 guys coming in, 20 guys going out, new manager, new ownership.
It'll take time,
to just hit top four. Expect to just I don't think it's gonna happen. Like look at us. I'm not trying to make us like the thing, but it's like we recently just went through this. We just got rid of Kolasinac and Rob Holding and Pet, all these guys that were brought in that were dead weight. We finally just got rid of Rob Holding. You get, and I'm not saying Rob Holding is just terrible. Like, he gave us good moments. Big ups to Rob Holding. Big ups to Rob Holding. He did us a service. Thank you for what you do at Arsenal. And but we finally got the guys out of here who aren't up to the par of Arsenal Football Club, and we finally got them in, and we have a manager now to actually support that change, support the push that we're trying to make. For you guys, I believe that you might have the players to do that, but the structure and the organization isn't there, and then the management also I don't believe is there. And I think it's going to take Poch. I think it's going to take him till January to figure it out if I'm being completely honest. I think it will take him till January to be like,
It'll
to
be
we
longer.
can always talk about commenting on players and saying this about this player. That I think it will take until January until he can get somewhat of a stronghold on, okay, this is what I need to do. I think it will take half a season, and by that time the season is, I mean, it's not gonna say it's done, but
See, this was why I was so like, worried about him not coming in earlier last season. Like some of these things you could have known by, getting to know some of these guys. And you could have, tried some of these things, experimented with some of these things, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I think it'll take time for us.
I do think at a certain. Oh, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
We just gotta lower expectations for now because it's gonna be an up and down season. I can just feel it because we're starting already shorthanded, and then you guys are gonna come in, and then now you gotta wait for guys to gel. And who's your real 11? Like Cornelia said, these guys he's been playing, are these guys gonna be your real 11? Because if they're not, we're kind of low key wasting time, Because if the new guys are gonna come in and take some of these spots, then what were these guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, to end with this, my whole thing since we've gotten new ownership is we need to create the Chelsea identity. I don't know if that means Todd Bowley from the top down to the players need to sit down and watch a documentary on the history of Chelsea or something. They need to understand that this isn't just some plush top 4 gig that you do as your day job and you're in the Premier League, so that got to go out the window, bro. It needs to start from the grassroots. We have no identity. I mean, it's so sad that someone who's supposed to be one of our best players, Raheem Sterling, multiple league winner, multiple accolades, gets dropped from the English team in the same week that he goes and puts on a stinker the next week. So after all that, we're talking to Gareth Southgate, talking about, I believe I should be on this team. And okay, so show me. Where is the pride? What does it say on our shirt? The pride of London. Do none of you have any pride to go? And now we're losing to Nottingham Forest? Bro, last year we were the worst team in London. I mean, if you look at West Ham, if you look at Fulham, if you look at Arsenal, you look at Tottenham, we were the worst team in London.
The worst.
And now we're about to repeat that again. It's like, where is the pride? Where is that Chelsea, the pride of London? And that's why I'm not wearing no jersey. That's why I'm not. It doesn't make sense for me to go support a team that doesn't even want to support themselves.
Getting this together.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
And it's
to get that back.
It's funny because we lead the league in possession and we lead the league in chances created, but you don't see any end result. So I don't know what it is. Is it the guys he's selecting, or the formation, or the tactics?
I think.
I don't know.
I think it's
something's not working.
Again, it's growing pains. I feel like they just got to all figure each other out. But again, I don't know if it's team bonding, if it's coach not getting what he wants to portray to the player, if it's not getting through to them. I don't know what it is yet. Again, it's only the first month, so maybe we're jumping the gun a little bit.
Absolutely.
Based off what I've seen in these first 4 weeks, it's just not consistent. Like even in the way we play is not consistent. And I feel like with when you're going to a new team and you have all these new players and everyone's young, there just has to be consistency. And then once we get that consistent flow, then you can start adding all the little tricks of the trade. And maybe we should switch this up and do that. But like right now, it just doesn't look consistent.
Too young to be doing it.
It's a whole bunch of just like chop, 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 chop. Hopefully this will work. Hopefully that will work. And right now, I don't see many positives, to be honest. I see some, like don't get me wrong. I see some. It's good to see Nicholas Jackson getting these passes. It's good to see him advancing the ball into the attacking third. It's good to see Enzo being able to work the midfield a little bit. There are a lot of good things, but we're not putting them together and we're not getting wins. And at the end of the day, Poch is going to be fired in January if he doesn't put together enough wins. So we could be talking about somebody else, 3-4 months from now. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Like, we like to joke and say, oh, Chelsea might fire him, but it's truly something that might happen if we don't get these wins together. And that's only going to propel us into a worse state than we are now. We don't want to be on our 6th manager.
We don't want to start over
12 months. Like it just don't make no sense. So for me right now, I just need to see consistency, and I need to see the pride of London put back into our team because it ain't nowhere to be found.
You need, but just speaking on just this week, like you can put some stuff on Poch and this and the third, but the players need to have some shame, bro. Like I'm sorry, but I know we've been on Chelsea for a second. This is the last thing I'll say, but bro, I watched that match in full. Too many chances missed and just lackadaisical, here's a little kick there. Nothing with venom, bro. Honestly, and it's sad. Like I know we keep talking about Nicholas Jackson, but I'm sorry, you're not getting pressured. The ball is on the 6. There is absolutely no reason that the ball should be going over the ball, bouncing or not. You're a professional footballer, bro.
He's a candidate
on the 6, and the decision you made was to lean back and go laces up. Are you serious?
It was a great clearance.
Nah, bro. Honestly, you're getting subbed because what is that? It's sad. No, it's terrible. It's honestly terrible. They need to have some shame because yes, I agree with everything that you guys said that it's going to take time, growing pains, Poch, all those things 100%. But when it comes to chances like that, Poch can't do anything about that. No tactics, no formation, nothing is going to fix chances that are missed like that.
Agreed.
And you can't miss too many chances like that because that's what
kills confidence.
The difference between not saying you guys are going to be relegated, but relegation and non-relegation, top 4 and
dude, it's the difference between 1-0 and 1-0.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Has he picked his nationality? Has he picked the citizenship for who is he going to represent? Nicholas Jackson. Is he picking? Did he pick?
He played for Senegal in Qatar.
Oh, he did already?
Yeah, he was at the World Cup.
My brother. Just get you some jollof, man. You be all right, man. Just this international break, just go home. You know what I'm saying? Unset, airplane mode, and come back. You know what I'm saying? Come back. Hey, you already know African players. And we can transition into this, but hey. African players, when they come back from AFCON, it's different. They got a little bit of an edge.
You see a Wobie comeback. A Wobie came back.
Vibes, man. It's different. It's different.
Definitely something. But yeah, man, we gotta. I don't know. Like Gabriel said, it just needs to be more. There just needs to be more pride. Like we can't be walking out of the bridge, taking 1 L, like 1 point losses to Nottingham Forest. And then got the gall to go on Twitter and post pictures and be like, next. Nah, none of that. None of that. That pisses me off more than the loss.
I know. Let's do it right
you on Instagram less than 24 hours later talk about we'll get the next one. Nah,
none of that.
None of that.
Yeah, that was all we wanted. Here we go again.
Yeah, but
anyways.
Yeah, man. Marquee match of the weekend. It was honestly. Bro, it felt like home being able to watch with all y'all, man. We need to do that more often. We need to do that more often. But yeah, man, this match had everything. It had goals, it had drama, it had
heartbreak, everything.
It had heartbreak. It had the last 10, 15 minutes were probably the most exciting minutes of the whole match.
Oh yeah.
But Salam, I'll let you speak first because, as you know, losers got to go first. But I just take it. I mean, we were with you, obviously, but seeing that Garnacho goal get called back because of offsides, and then 5 minutes later seeing 2-1 and then 3-1 the opposite way, kind of just go through the match. What were your feels? How do you think this is going to not affect the team, but moving forward, do you think this is something that'll be just a small blip? Is it just a game in September, or did this speak more volumes kind of early?
No, I mean, I think the game going into the Emirates was always going to be a tough game. I think that United played more than well enough to get a result in that game, at least a point. I'll come out and say it. We were robbed. Man United were robbed. I think, I'll come out and give Gabriel 100%.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'll come out and 100% credit Gabriel. Brilliant move by yeah. He looked like the cat that was finessing the
Superman ball. Now I mean
that was a a massive move right there, and it changed the game right there. So, big ups to him. You got to give him credit for that. That definitely was an offside goal. But for me, I think the Gabriel foul on Rasmus Højlund in the box was a foul. I don't. Rasmus Højlund came on. I'll talk about him in a second, but he was a handful for him and Saliba. Well, mostly him, not so much Saliba, but he was a handful for him, and I felt like that was a foul in the box. And then the last one on the Declan Rice goal. I mean, Johnny Evans is trying to go out and apply pressure, but he can't because he's being held back by Gabriel once again, the man of the match. So I mean, it's unlucky. I mean, this is. I think that this is going to be a regular occurrence. Obviously, United have been very unlucky already with VAR, but I think that there's still positives that you can take away from the game. I mean, for me, I think Rasmus Højlund was the biggest positive. I think that he came on, was dynamic, gave us some different up top. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him get comfortable and settled in with the team. And I think that it's only one game, but I mean, against coming off the bench at the Emirates, that's a tough environment to be in. I felt like he looked like he belonged. So very excited to see him. Also very excited to see Amrabat as well too. We got Amrabat in. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him and Casemiro link up. At the beginning of the episode, we were talking about how Casemiro apparently is the most dribble pass player in the Premier League. That won't be a thing anymore, trust me. With Amrabat next to him. And to be honest with you, I think that Amrabat comes in and solves a lot of our problems. He solidifies our midfield. Casemiro is known for getting up in the box and attacking, and Amrabat can do the same. And he's physical. He's African, so he has mentality. He's going to bring a lot of leadership that we need. Lastly, before I give it to Gabriel or you guys, I just want to say, I know I've said a lot about this ownership, many things, but I think it has to be said. I think it speaks volume that in a game as massive as this one against Arsenal, Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans are the center back pairing that end the game. Now, obviously, injuries are a part of sports. That's Lisandro Martinez hurt his metatarsal last year. Hasn't been the same since he has come back, and it's unfortunate that we can't even afford a player like that time to come back, ease him into the team. He has to come in and he has to play right away, which in result has led to his poor start to the season. Now he's hurt. We have no depth. We could have sold Maguire and could have got someone else in to come in and do a job, but unfortunately, Maguire is on very high wage. So no one else can take him. Who made those decisions? The board. Who signed Johnny Evans? I love Johnny Evans, and I hate that I have to sit here and say this for everything that he's done for us. But Johnny Evans in 2013, Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire, the last time that they were partners was at Leicester City. And now they're both at Man United. And I think that speaks volume about the people in charge. I feel for Ten Hag. I don't think that he's been perfect. I think that he's, like I said, he's completely unbalanced this midfield, and he has things that he has to answer for, like this Sancho stuff, nonsense.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to ask you about it. How do you feel about it?
But for the center back point, I think that's ridiculous. I think that after everything that happened last year and all the progress that he's made, the fact that those two are the center backs that are available to him, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I think Sancho, I really like Sancho. I really like Sancho, but you need to play. You play well. You act as if you come on and you're like Ballon d'Or. I don't know. You just you come on and you're pedestrian. You know what I'm saying? I will say, all preseason he was our best player. Clearly, he's not in Ten Hag's plans because he was playing him centrally. Garnacho is his guy off the left when Rashford is not there. Clearly, he is not in his plans. And unfortunately, I don't think that it's going to work. I thought by now, with the way that I thought Ten Hag would have us playing, I thought a player like Sancho and his player profile would suit what we were trying to do. But obviously, Ten Hag is looking for a physical team. kind of in that Liverpool mode. And I don't think that like there's a future for him for us. It's unfortunate that we spent so much money on him, but I still think that he's a great player. It's going to be sad watching him flourish somewhere else, and it's not a good match. And I think that he should leave. But again, he couldn't leave either. Why? Because he's on 300 plus grand a week. Who did that? You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, but I think. Oh, this is a piggyback off Sancho. I personally don't like the statement that he put out.
Absolutely not.
Who? Sancho.
Okay. Yeah, just for the people who don't know, Ten Hag after the match was asked of why Sancho isn't playing and will he be a part of the team, and Ten Hag pretty much said that he needs to train better and show them training that he wants to play. And after that, I don't even know how far removed from that interview it was. Yeah, honestly, maybe an hour after the match or so, Sancho puts out a statement saying, don't leave everything you hear, and blah blah blah. As a player, I don't agree with it. It's just it sends the wrong message to your teammates, sends definitely the wrong message to the manager, the staff, the entire club, the fans as well. For me, you're a player, you need to go and play, and Ten Hag's a manager, he needs to go and manage. And at the end of the day, if like we say all the time, at the end of the day, the best players play. Almost 9 times out of 10, there are a few anomalies here and there, you know what I mean? But for the most part, the best players play. And if you show that in training, you show you're training well, you're gonna play. Eddie Nketiah is a perfect example of that. That guy, everyone talks about his work ethic and training, and Arteta too. This guy every day just shows up and just works. That's all he does. He doesn't care about playing. He just works. How can I not, try at least give him some type of nod, or let him, at least see the pitch a little bit. If if you have a manager and you're saying that he needs to work hard in training, bro.
Yeah, it says a lot.
That's a you problem. You know what I mean? There are times where in college where I was like, I'm not playing right now. This on the third. Who you gonna blame? You gonna blame your teammate because you gotta blame yourself, and you have to find it within yourself to get the drive to train harder, press harder.
Can I add a point to the point you just made? I mean, what Gabriel said is definitely on. It's on him. If a coach doesn't come out and protect you, I mean, it says a lot. Him, not shielding him and being like, oh, he'll get the next game, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like, he straight up put you out there. He literally put you out there like, yeah, he doesn't train the way I want, so that's why he didn't play. And that's a good point you just made.
Yeah, and the fact that your rebuttal to that is to come out with a statement publicly.
Yeah.
Bro, everything
you're not about to play.
Everything that Sancho wants is on the pitch, yet he's doing nothing on the pitch to get what he wants. It doesn't make sense. Those two things don't match up. You know what I mean? You can't talk all this talk but then not back it up. You're not gonna play. So
I just think it's a young guy. It's just a young guy who just has the world at his feet, man. And it's just he's on big wages, so I don't know. I don't think Ten Hag by any means is like innocent in all of this. I think that the way he's handled certain situations, I personally don't agree with. But this is the same guy who took you out of the team, sent you to Holland last year because you had to get right. So if he's coming out and saying this year you're not training well, I
clearly
you gotta side with
giving up. Yeah,
you gotta side with him. So just play better, man, because it'd be good for you. It'd be good for us because you're not even playing for England right now. And to me, bro, I know that he hasn't been playing well, bro. Ability-wise, he's one of England's best wingers.
Come on. You got men's like Jordan Henderson, Calvin Phillips.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
You got guys going that they don't have half of the ability you do, bro. You know what I mean?
True.
And it's
true.
It's crazy.
And I feel like
it's crazy.
And I mean, we've talked about this before. I mean, even off the offline, but it's just when you're giving these 19, 20, 21-year-olds $300K a week, the drive kind of just leaves sometime, bro. They're out there in London partying with Central C and all them men, and then
It's young guys though, bro. That's
and it's tough. No, I'm saying I'm not. This is not an excuse by any means, but it's just tough being a manager and trying to get through to a player that's that young with the world at his feet
for sure.
and trying to get him to understand, like, yo, I want you to play, but you're not showing me that you want to play. Yeah. And I feel like that's just where Sancho's at right now. Like, he's in that weird spot where, he was, grew up as a wonder kid. He's back at his boy club. And now something's missing. It's like, what's missing? Why you should want to be here, but I don't know.
Going gets tough here. That's not the way to respond when you respond on the pitch, bro. That's personally just how I feel. But yeah, Arsenal United. I wanna respond to the comments. Some outrageous and egregious comments that United were robbed during this match.
We were.
Don't believe that you were robbed whatsoever. There's nothing clear and obvious about anything that you said. Everything was circumstantial. The foul on what's the guy's name? I forgot what's that name.
Rasmus.
Yeah, Rasmus.
That wasn't a foul, bro. He had his arm around his waist. You couldn't.
I've seen Gabriel get jersey pulled in the whole 9 all the time. It doesn't get called. So in a big match, and especially in a big match like this where it's going to be physical, it's not a derby match, but it's a top 6 matchup. Nah, I don't expect these little titty tap fouls to get called.
Both of them? Both of them?
No, Johnny Evans. That's not bro. It is a corner kick. Do you know how many pulls and pushes and whatever happens on a corner kick?
He wasn't even. He wasn't worried about it. He was running towards the ball. He was running towards
in a game like that. Every coach says do whatever you need to do to win. How many times have we seen a player? I forgot what match this was, but it was a match maybe like 5 years ago. A player tripped a player before he made a run in to go score a goal. It didn't get called. That same player ran down the pitch and scored a goal, and they won the match.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not what you want. Yes, this person got away with this here or that there. But listen, bro, at the end of the day, this is football.
Okay.
Man up. Gabriel took a chance and said, you know what? I'm going to put my arm out a little bit, hold you for 2 seconds, and let my man get this shot off. If the ref's not going to call that, it is Manchester United versus Arsenal, bro. If you can't get out that little challenge or push him out and show that you're getting fouled, then I don't have no patience for it, bro. I'm sorry.
I get it.
I'm sorry. I don't think either of those fouls were clear and obvious. I don't think either of them were clear and obvious. I don't think either of them, they could have gone either way, but they didn't get called. The Ramus choice, what's his name? Ramus?
Rasmus. Yeah.
Rasmus. Sorry. Rasmus, the Rasmus foul?
Player.
Okay. I'm not even trying to. I'm really not even trying to play, bro. Honestly, I'm not even trying to play, bro. So I'm gonna give him a shout out because when he came on, I'm not even trying to play, bro. But when he did come on, bro was dangerous. Like he looked like a force. He looked like he did give our center backs problem. He looked like a whole force, and I said, okay, this guy's one, to keep an eye on. But the Johnny Evans one, that's so soft. I think that's so soft. If it would have gotten called, I think I would have been one of the softest calls ever in VAR, and all of that. And no, it wasn't enough for me. But if I want to go back to the entire match, I mean, I think that we controlled the majority of the match. I do think that United did have their chances to even the game. They almost went up 2-1. It wasn't for, a very high IQ play by Gabriel. I mean, like I said, I really can't speak enough about the guy. Integral to our season last season and to our title run last season. I think it was a mistake not letting him play, but similar how we just talk about Sancho and this and the third, this guy, he came in and performed. He came in and instantly made an impact in this match. After not starting the first 3 matches of the season. You're on a pedestal last season, you get kicked off of it, don't start, you come back in and your play is the reason why we come back in the match. Is the reason why we don't go down 2-1. And I think that ultimately, I think 100% we can all agree, completely changed the game. It took a lot of steam out of United, and it gave us a second chance. It wholeheartedly gave Arsenal a second chance to say, okay, it's 1-1. We're not down anymore. Let's try go get a goal. We're at home. We're going to push. And ultimately, that's what we did. And it was good to see, my boy. I got a little thing for my boy. Hold on. I feel like that guy.
Oh my god.
Hey, come on, man.
Oh my god.
My boy Declan Rice got his first goal for Arsenal. And I don't even know. I don't think you can really have a better first goal than that. I mean, maybe against Tottenham and we're losing or drawn and we have to come back, but that's a big match. And a big player got a big time goal, gave us the game winning goal, and ultimately opened up the doors for us to go get a third through Jesus. So, and it was dope, man. It's dope to see what it means to the entire Arsenal fan base. Like we've wanted this guy for a while. When he scored, you could see everyone's kind of been waiting for this moment. So when he finally scored, it was like it kind of relief off him. It was kind of relief off the fans, surprised. The players. I think he was a little surprised it went in too because his face was like, oh, he didn't know what to do, But but no, I think we could have played a little bit better. But all in all, it was always going to be a tough match, and I think we coped well, and I think it showed a resilience of players who want to become champions.
All right, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
I want to check your Havertz temperature. How are we feeling?
Like I said, I'm gonna keep with the same thing. Like I said last week, he didn't do anything super bad.
Or Havertz out.
Well, actually, no, he missed that one chance. That one chance was bad.
Bro, Vieira got an assist 2 games in a row.
Yes, like I said, Arteta. This is Arteta's guy, and from what I've seen from press conferences, what I've seen from how he's been talking about him. Like I said last week when I brought up Odegaard, we had growing pains through Odegaard. How many times Odegaard just passing the ball back?
This isn't Odegaard.
And I'm not saying he's Odegaard. Don't get twisted. I'm not saying he's Odegaard, but I'm not going to sit here and crucify him after 5 matches. And when he's not done anything wrong. You can go to a guy like Caicedo. Caicedo's given up 2 matches in 2 goals in 2 matches. I can understand banter around Caicedo and all of this and then the third. We haven't lost a game. We've won 3, drawn 1. And yes, he hasn't been what we need him to be offensively, but at the end of the day, we're still getting results. And you're not the reason that we're not scoring or we're not doing this or doing that. You're not stopping the flow and stopping the moving train, if I'm being completely honest. So, I'm gonna have to give him time to grow. He's gonna have to get his confidence back.
Oh, is he frozen?
Yeah, it's probably for the best because I can't hear anything good about Havertz anymore.
Yeah, I honestly feel like I was explaining to Omar that I think this is what Arteta is doing. He's playing Havertz first because he's like, well, if I get something good out of him, that's good. Because there's no way Havertz is bring him in the second half to come change the game type of player. He's just not that type of player.
Yeah.
So you might as well play him first. If he gives you something, it's a plus if you bring on Vieira. I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
But it's clearly not working, but we'll see if it does.
Sorry, my computer just completely
go ahead.
But no, like I said, we have players that can fill in for Caicedo, or not Caicedo, for Havertz.
Damn.
Fabio Vieira instantly came on and made an impact. And I'm not saying that Kai Havertz won't start. I'm not saying that this guy is just gonna go to the wayside in the third. But at the end of the day, it seems like Arteta's gonna play him. And if Fabio Vieira comes in and does what he's been doing, I have no problem with that. I really don't. Let Havertz learn while he can. Let him keep learning while he can. His spot might get taken at a certain point. I believe that because I've seen a guy now in 3 matches, do more than you've done in 5. And he's done Fabio Vieira has done more in 70 minutes of game time than Kai Havertz has done with hundreds. So for me, I'm not gonna say, oh, we need to get Kai Havertz out because he's gonna play regardless. I've already come to accept that fact. He's gonna play.
Mhm.
He's gonna play just like Odegaard played. He's gonna play. This is Arteta's guy. He's gonna play. But at a certain point in time when things are starting to go left and it's visible, like extremely visible that he's holding our team back. Because I don't truly think he's holding our team back right now. I don't think he's holding our team back. But if it comes extremely, extremely visible that he's holding our team back, then I think that's, when a decision has to get made on, hey, is this the best guy to, continue starting matches, or maybe he'll be better coming off the bench. But if I'm being completely honest, why would I want to bring him off the bench? Because that's like bringing a guy on who's really not going to do much. I'd rather Fabio Vieira come off the bench. And I know he's going to be a hungry guy. He's going to produce and change the match rather than him start the match and potentially not change it, him not have the same impact. So right now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's kind of where I'm at. It's not broken. He's not doing anything super bad to lose his spot. Yes, he's not producing at the rate that Fabio Vieira has been, but he hasn't done anything to necessarily lose his spot. And for me, I feel like hopefully one of these matches he'll find his footing. He'll find his confidence. That's what I just have to hope on at this point. At one of these matches, he'll find his groove, and the groove can continue. But me right now, the guy is he's right now. It just feels like offensively we're playing with 10. Defensively, we're fully manned. That's how it feels for me. I don't feel like he has any sort of what's it called, impact in the way we attack at all. If I'm being completely honest, I don't.
007,
maybe just keeping possession and moving the ball, but outside of that, no. So, but I'm not gonna give up on him, man. He's on our team. Obviously, he's gonna be locked in for a while, so I have no choice but to sit there and live with the mistakes and live with what's coming. So,
all right,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, I feel that. Coming from Chelsea, Kai Havertz, I don't know what it is about him, bro. Like even when he was on Chelsea, I just never saw him smile on a football pitch. I feel like sometimes he's just he's just mentally not there. But when he is there, you can see sparks of brilliance, and you're like, oh, this guy is great. But then you don't see it for a lot of the time. So hopefully, what I'm saying, you do get to see that brilliance that got him to score the Champions League goal for us. But it could take a few months until he gets comfortable. Like, it really could take a little bit for him to get comfortable. But, speaking about comfortable, looks like Ange Pochettino,
yeah,
he real comfortable in London, man. They got Tottenham running amok. Another week for them. 5-2 win against, I believe, Burnley. They just keep running, man. And I know we don't really give Tottenham their props, but I was one of the ones to say that, this year was going to be a wash for Tottenham, and look like I'm eating my words. It looked like it might be a wash for us. But Tottenham is rolling, man. Shout out to Son, hat trick. There are actually 3 hat tricks this weekend, which is crazy. I don't know if that's ever happened before in the Premier League, but one of them, Son, hat trick. He had a little bit of a slow start, so for him to get those 3 goals, shout out to him. This Spurs team's rolling. They look good. I don't know what to tell y'all. No Kane, no problem. They actually look like a real decent side this year. Any takes from their I
want to ask you guys this: Are we finally getting to see Madison's true quality?
Yes,
absolutely,
1,000%.
He's surrounded by better players. He's surrounded by better players, but I also think that, and I'm not taking anything away from him, I think he looks as good as he does because of Basuma, in my opinion. I think Basuma. I think Basuma is playing out of his mind right now.
Absolutely.
This is who Basuma is, though. This is who Basuma has always been.
But don't get me wrong. You can't credit Basuma for his shot outside the box. I don't know why people are giving James Madison time in 2020 still.
Matters?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
he's technically gifted, and I truly believe he's one of the most underrated players in the league right now. I truly believe that.
Mm.
Um,
not
like
even right now. I think
I
over
was saying in
time.
the group chat, I texted Yasser on the side last season, and I asked him, "Yo, James Madison, Mason Mount. Do you really think Madison is that better than Mount?" We both agreed that overall Mount is probably the better player, but Madison is just technically gifted, and I feel like that is going to prolong his career. That's what's going to give him that edge and flexibility to be able to play in a lot of those different positions in that front three. I mean, what he's doing with the Spurs, I think we got to give him credit, man. But it's also too early, man. We've seen them do this a couple of times so far. They've done this, so I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know if you guys are buying into it, but I'm still hesitant. But I like what you're doing, and if it's in company hype, I mean, where is it?
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
Company hype is
I don't know, man.
dead.
I don't know how y'all feel about Burnley.
Hey, but man, no, like I'm not gonna say that because they've had a rough start. They had to see
Mhm, mhm.
City the
Yeah,
week one, and
yeah.
now they're seeing Spurs. So it's not like they've had the easiest run of matches to start the year off. I mean,
Mhm.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm willing to give them a little time to see,
Yeah.
where they go from here when they start to play,
Mhm,
the
mhm.
teams that are more their level, middle of the tier, middle table. We'll see what company can do, but
So
yeah.
Spurs is this post Angie's doing, or you think it's the signings they brought in? What do you guys think?
I
Both.
think it's
I,
I
both.
think it's a little bit of both, man. I think it's a little bit of refresh, man. Harry Kane. This is like a new. I think it's a good time to be a Spurs fan. This is you don't know what to expect. I mean, like they could easily just be who they've been for the past however many years in a few weeks, or they could make a European spot and kind of be in that mix. Like I don't think that they've ever been in that top 4 or 5 mix, but I think again, like for them, if you're in that
Yeah,
top
they have.
6 conversation, no, I'm just saying realistically, like the past 8 years, I've never looked at Spurs and said, "Oh my God, I'm worried about them
Yeah,
when they're
yeah.
Okay, I
no,
see what you're saying.
it's never. I think, and that's okay. There's conference league spots. Now there's Europa League spots. There's a lot of opportunities for these guys to compete, but not. I don't think they'll ever be in Premier League conversations. Like this Son hat trick, great, but you
Burnley.
you remember
Burnley
Son
at
scored a
home.
hat trick last week, and then we didn't see him at all afterward.
Yeah.
He scored almost 40% of his goals in that game,
Mm-hmm.
in that hour when Conte benched him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the manager definitely has a hand in it because I think the style of play is I mean, obviously is much different. But he's brought in guys who necessarily weren't playing a lot last year. Prime example, Basuma. Conte was not favored by Basuma. Basuma was on
Yeah,
the bench,
absolutely.
barely saw the pitch at all. And I feel like this manager came in and was like, "Nah, you've been rotting on the bench. I know what you can provide." And he's just let him kind of be free and just listen. I know what you want to do. Just go ahead and do that within these certain confines, and you'll be fine. And I think he's flourishing that. The way they're using Madison, I think Madison is best when you just let him free roam. Let him be your Harry
Let
Kane.
him exactly.
Let him
Let
be
him
your Harry
just
Kane. Let him take all the free kicks. Let him drop deep. Let him, play a ball here, play a ball there, and just distribute. And I think he's just using his players to their best strengths right now, which what a good manager does. This is your best position. This is what you do best. Okay, cool. I'm going to let you do that. Work within this system. We'll be fine. So I think it is definitely a big part of the manager, but also the players as well. The players have also stepped up, and the players that they brought in, the players that they've reintroduced, have stepped up a lot. And it is a new regime for Spurs. I mean, this is a Harry Kane-less Spurs for the first time in Lord knows how long. So I don't know. I don't really think this team has a whole lot. I don't think they're going to be pushing for a title or anything like that. But I mean, it's definitely a team where it's going to be tough to get points off of. It's not going to be just we're going to walk over this team or oh, like nah, we're gonna go into Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and it's gonna be tight. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be hectic. So yeah, we'll see with them. But Company,
Yeah.
also we'll see about Company too. Because
He needs to stop. Bringing,
I know, you know, he has, like Cornelius said, he has had a tough opening
Start
start to the season. Yeah, even the Aston Villa one was a little tough. You know what I mean? For him too. But I want to see what you do when it comes to these Sheffields and these Lutons and these, you know, even these Crystal Palaces. What are you gonna do? Because those are games where you can get points. You know what I mean? So what are you gonna do? That's Company can get the first month, September, after international break. We will visit Burnley right now. Okay? Right now, they're good.
he needs to come back in the tracksuit, the suit.
The suit with the hat.
Drop it.
That was nuts.
The suit with the hat is, man. Come on, I know you got more swag than that.
That's Tony Pulis. You remember?
Tony Pulis.
He comes in the tracksuit or the suit with the hat.
Yeah, man. I did want to ask you guys this though. So obviously, there's just rumors. These are just rumors, but they're big rumors. The Saudi League is still open. The Saudi League is still open, and Al Ittihad, use my pronunciation, but they're linked with Mo Salah, and they're willing to, you know, offer a huge sum for him. So
215 million, if I believe.
You think FSG is rejecting that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, bro.
Get him off our books and get him pay us this money, please.
He might be gone.
Yeah, this is that come to God moment for Liverpool fans. Mo Salah will eventually leave. You might as well.
I mean, and honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. Right now would honestly be a decent time for them to let him go.
Exactly.
I mean, like if you look at their front three, they're set. They still got Jota, Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunez. Like
Szoboszlai is playing out of his mind.
Like they actually did what they were supposed to do by getting midfielders, and they got some attacking players over the last 2-3 windows to where now they're kind of set for the departure of Salah. You know, Mane's already been gone. They got Firmino out of there. So it's like Salah is kind of the last of that old regime that won the Champions League, that won, that fought with City over the past 5 years. So, it's definitely a transitional period. But if they go ahead and get 250, man,
215,
100, bro. They don't even need all that bread.
Either way.
If they go ahead and get
that's 4 solid players. That's
at least 4 solid players. You know what I mean? You can go find a diamond in the rough and then go splash the cash for 2 big name guys. So it's like it really would be the best time to do it. I hope they don't, just because I don't want Liverpool to get any better. But I mean, money talk, man.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if he go ahead, Gabriel. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying if the offer comes in, if Liverpool accepts, Salah's going to accept too. He wants to go back.
He's gonna absolutely.
He's going to go back.
Absolutely.
That's all I was going to say. But
okay, so if Mo Salah leaves the Premier League, who would be the best African player in the Premier League
after him?
Amrabat is now in.
Oh, come on.
Stop.
Come on. Partey?
He hasn't even played a minute
Onana?
yet. Partey.
Who's the best? Who's the
Partey.
best?
I would say
Partey.
Partey is not. Partey's not.
What do you mean he's not what?
Hey, I'll take on camera. I'll take a Partey versus Amrabat bet right now. Right now. What do you want? What do you want?
Huh? Are you just talking about him? I'm not gonna. I mean,
a Partey Amrabat bet.
I'll do it.
Basuma's not better than Partey. I'm sorry. Don't let the 3 matches fool you. It's hype.
I'm not saying none of that. Partey has done his due diligence. I've seen him play.
You said what, Salah?
Are we going off of reputation, or are we just going off of right now?
Because we would have to go last 12 months. We would have to go last 12 months. I'm not doing it right now.
Last 12 months.
Y'all was telling me Lissandro is past it a few weeks ago.
At least 2023. At least do calendar year. Like
okay. Amrabat had a good run for Morocco, an excellent run for Morocco, I thought.
Oh wow! So
Bro, we talking
this
about
is
color
this
Now
is
we're going
your
back to World
reason
Cup.
for
Hold on,
asking.
hold on,
Now we're
hold
going
on.
back to World
This
Cup.
is your reason for asking that
You're
question.
saying
Okay,
Partey.
okay.
You're saying Partey. You're saying Partey.
Bro, Partey is
Mike,
one of the
Mike,
best
Mike,
DMs in the
let me ask
league.
Mike. Hold on, Gabriel. Let me ask Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, what did Partey do in the World Cup? Oh, nobody else say anything. Mike,
Come on. We're not doing this. The only reason you're asking this question is because you got Amrabat and you're trying to sneak him in this conversation.
No,
I know that's what you're doing.
Salam, you're
anything,
seriously taking
Onana.
Amrabat over Partey?
If
Onana.
we're going
You're saying
best
the best
African and going with
African player.
reputation, it
I
has
would
to be
say
Partey.
Onana. I would say Onana.
It has to be Partey. And you know how I feel about
Onana.
Partey. I feel like
Onana?
Partey has
That's
scammed
right.
The
us.
guy who sits in his goal.
Yeah,
Onana.
the driver, the
Stop
NASCAR
it.
driver.
He was looking like the hair.
That guy was
Goal.
the guy who falls
Crazy.
before someone even takes a shot. The
Yeah,
guy
bro.
who's just twerking this
Called
past Sunday.
anticipation. It's called
Hey.
anticipation.
Yeah, that's
All right.
crazy. I'm not going on Nana. But yeah, I'd probably say it had to be Partey.
Yeah, it'll probably be
Crazy,
Partey.
bro.
Okay.
It's the fair answer, I feel like.
Just remember this conversation. All right. But start sub sell. Wanted to build off of last week, left-sided attackers. Wanted to keep it relatively present with
Mhm.
some of the best, in my opinion, left wingers in the game. All present guys.
Okay.
Start sub sell. Gabriel Martinelli,
Okay.
Marcus Rashford, Rafael Leao.
Oh, this is
Start
easy.
Leao, sub Martinelli, sub Rashford. Get out of here.
Oh, sell Martinelli and Rashford.
No. I said sub. Sub
okay,
Martinelli.
okay.
Sub Martinelli, sub Rashford. Start Leao. Leao two
Okay.
guys. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think that there is honestly one good answer here. And we might be getting caught in the hype a little bit.
I think we're
But
all starting Leao.
I'll say Leao starts on everybody's team.
You're gonna sell
Marcus subs,
Thank
and
you.
we sell Martinelli.
Yeah, we can sell Martin Kelly for sure.
Martin Kelly is crazy.
You
Yeah, I gotta
guys-
agree with that.
Yeah,
You guys
Martinelli,
are tripping.
bro, we're going off of hype of within the last years. Marcus and Leao have some track record at least.
Tell me what Martinelli has done in the Champions.
Martinelli was not playing in the World Cup like that. Leao was scoring goals in the World Cup. I'm sorry.
World Cup.
So we're going off just now World Cup hype. That's what
No, I'm not saying that.
no.
I'm
I mean,
saying
that-
longevity. They've
Rashford
been
was
doing it for
scoring
a
in
little
World Cup
bit.
too.
That's what I'm
Martinelli
saying.
wasn't doing anything. I'm
saying some of these two
Martinelli-
guys have some,
So we're going off the You're saying you're going off the 2023 calendar year Rashford, and you're going to go Rashford over Martinelli. 2023 calendar year.
Well, 2020.
Are you guys smoking? What are you guys smoking, bro?
Well,
Last
let's not forget.
How
Rashford
many
also
goals?
was balling
last
last year.
season too, right?
Exactly.
Rashford was balling. Like, let's not act like he was a bum.
No, I'm saying
That's
like
Go ahead, Cornelius. Go ahead with yours, man.
No, yeah, I agree with you.
He's about to pull up the stats.
You start Leao. I would sub Rashford and I would sell Martinelli.
That would be my answer,
Right.
me personally. Start Leao.
Right.
Yeah. Sub Rashford.
So if we're looking at what Martinelli and Rashford both did last season, okay?
Mhm.
Rashford 35 appearances. How many goals?
Oh, wait.
17 goals.
What are we doing? Just the Prem?
Just the Prem. Just Martinelli had 2 less goals than Rashford. Same amount of assists at 5. I mean, it's just 2-goal difference. It's pretty close. I would say, but I'm just going by.
But based
feel
off
like
what I've
Rashford's
seen
been
year
doing
after
it.
year after year, I gotta give
I gotta give Rashford some respect.
the benefit of the I gotta give him
Yeah.
his just desserts. Like he's been doing this.
Hey. You guys are
You know, I
waste,
love
bro.
it.
You
though.
guys are
Arsenal
waste,
fans
man, bro.
nowadays.
You guys are waste, man. The
you
guy
can't-
you just
you can't
the
say
same
anything
man
about
you
their
just
guys,
watched
man.
walk. The same man you just watched walk on the pitch on Sunday. You just watched both of
He
them
scored
play.
a
You're
goal,
still
though.
gonna sit here in my. You guys are waste, man. All of you. All of you. Waste, man.
All of it.
All of you. All of you.
Hey.
Waste,
The casuals will tell you he scored.
Hmm.
Sofa score will tell you he scored. But Yeah, man. Comment below.
Oh,
Comment.
man.
Yeah, who you guys think?
Start
Yeah, who do
something,
you guys
man.
think?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Leao, Martinelli, Rashford.
Yeah.
But let's do. Well, damn, we got international breaks. So I mean,
Yeah, no
Yes.
games this week.
Yeah. Let's talk about the England lineup real quick. We can end with that if you guys want.
okay.
But
Okay.
I mean, are we? Do we look like clowns? This Southgate guy, man, gives a press conference and then just spews bullshit. You know, he talks about how Dyer and Maguire, you know, they haven't played really much, but somehow you pick Maguire still.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. Calvin Phillips, it doesn't make sense. I get it though. I get
played
Calvin
minutes
Phillips.
and Calvin Phillips in the past.
Henderson, I don't get that. Henderson, I don't get that. Absolutely, just don't get it.
It's a fact. Number 10.
Ben White snubbed is crazy to me. Like it's
the
literally
Ben
crazy
White
to me.
snub might come from the Euros though,
I'm
because
not
he
a
left.
big fan, but I'm not a biggest Ben White fan. But bro, you got to be real. He's played well.
He's a great
Deserve
player.
that. He's played well.
Wait, what do you mean the snub? What? Because he left?
Yeah, because he
didn't
left.
call him.
Oh,
He left the Euros though. You remember that?
Oh yeah, you're right.
He
You're right.
left the
Yeah,
Euros
World
early.
Cup. Was it World Cup?
Oh
Yeah.
no, sorry. Yeah, I believe it was the World Cup. He left the World Cup early, and
Yeah.
and I think since then the relationship has gone sour, and that's why he's getting the snub. But I'm sorry,
And then you
Ben
treat
White.
guys like Maguire. I mean, Maguire got arrested in Greece.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
let's talk
I
about
don't know. Did we forget?
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah. I mean, well, you know, if the face fits, you know, you can do anything. But I just he said that Southgate said that he picked him up because John Stones was hurt, and he said all the center backs that we brought in were all young, and he needed experience. I feel like it was a cop out because it's just like
It is.
he's going to start those games too. These international games he's going to start because he has.
Yeah, those young guys are not going to play. Right?
We can firmly say Levi Colwell's better than him right now already. Tamori is certainly better than him.
Ben White
Ben
at the
White's
center
better.
back possession.
It's not debatable.
Yeah, I mean, if you put Ben White there, I would say Ben White is better than Maguire for sure.
Is Smalling better?
Yes, Chris Smalling is better.
He's not going to
for sure take.
We know he's
not
not
crazy,
but I would for sure take Chris Smalling.
But it's sorry not to cut you off, but it was wild to me that he was saying names like Connor Cody.
Yeah,
you know, he was naming people that didn't make the team, and then trying to use names like Connor Cody.
Like what?
Mings is hurt too. You know, Mings is.
Oh yeah, Mings is hurt.
Mings is hurt. Who would have been a call up, but bringing names of Connor Cody when you're talking about snubs such as Ben White, there's just levels.
The levels is different. Yeah,
we just saw you come off a World Cup where you guys did decently well, but still, I mean, PKs were the reason you didn't make it to the next round.
Yeah,
and now you're trying to build on that, and you're now going into the reserves. You're not using the team that has the best players available to you. So it's just like, I don't know, man. It's tough to see how good this English team can be if all the right players were there.
They're called, yeah.
We'll see, though.
You guys got any shout
out Nketiah, Saka. Honestly, we have 16 players from Arsenal going to international duty, which I think is one of the highest we've had in a long time.
International duty. We're celebrating
injuries.
but no, for real. Shout out Nketiah, first call up, major. Love to see it. Saka, shout out Saka. Today's his birthday, so my Virgo gang. Shout out my boy. Also, PFA English, PFA English Player of the Year. English Player of the Year.
Young player.
No. Sorry, not PFA, but it was English Young Player of the Year. He won for the English
I thought it was
team.
PFA.
It was PFA, but he also won another one today as well.
Okay.
Young Nigerian Player of the Year. That's what
hey,
then English about that boy.
That PFA trophy though.
Hey, shout out! You remember that? Shout out Saka for that miss that he had. Straight at Straight at Onana.
No, yeah.
He didn't even have to move. He just put the knee down.
Hey,
He just down.
hey, man, we had his dogs take care of it for him. He had Declan Rice take. He wanted to give it to Deckers, you know. But, you know that's gang. That's gang. So, but yeah, no, shout out them boys.
Yeah, I want to shout out Loftus Cheek, man. Loftus Cheek is cooking in Syria. I mean, I feel like out of some of our young guys, he deserves this because we've been waiting for him to have this moment where he's playing week in, week out, and actually showing his quality. And I feel like Syria has been a good fit for him. You know, I've enjoyed watching him. Who was I telling? I'm like, wow, this guy looks like a crazy when he was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Bro, I swear, it's like when they put on the blue shirt.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know. They just go stupid.
it leaves.
But
No, man.
yeah, shout out Loftus Cheek, man.
Again, just to highlight, shout out the hat trick heroes of this past weekend.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Facts.
Haaland,
Casual,
Patrick.
man. Nobody's even talking about it. It's crazy.
Ferguson.
Evan Ferguson.
Evan Ferguson, an 18-year-old lad, man. Shout out to him, man. That's huge. That's huge. This Brighton team, I know people are going to talk about them all year, but
Yeah.
watch out, man. They making some noise. They making some real noise.
They're about to sell him for $200 million, bro.
I have beef with Brighton, man. I have beef.
Me
with
too. I
Brighton.
have a lot of beef with Brighton. Actually,
Wherever they're finding these players, God will see them. Like, where are they finding these guys,
Yeah.
man?
We'll find you.
I'm getting tired of this, man. I'm getting tired
He
of
gonna
it.
find you.
Like, my hate for Brighton comes from a real, like, jealous place. How they're finding these guys. And then
shout out
twisting
their
our
recruitment
arms.
team, man.
Twisted. I say to over 100 million.
And they go replace him with a guy who's 10.
Billy Gilmore. Look at Billy Gilmore from Chelsea. We had this dude in our backyard. We
Now
had
he's
this
balling.
in our backyard. And
BG.
Balling.
It was supposed to be Billy
Crazy.
Gilmore and Conor Gallagher. Damn.
And Mason Mount.
Oh,
And Mason
man.
Mount, the Chelsea
Here we
boys.
are.
Mason and Reece James.
Chelsea.
You know?
And Tamori, bro.
Yeah.
Dang, man. You
Nah, I won't say
Who
that.
would've thought?
I do wish Reece James a speedy recovery. And no lie, I like him as a player. So I seeing him.
I think I speak for a lot of Chelsea fans when we say our patience is running out because you're nice, but if you're not nice on the pitch for us, I mean,
But he
we're
can't help.
slowly, man. I don't
He
know,
can't
man. Thiago Silva's about to be 39. Talk to him. What is he doing? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody because
It's the physios, man. I don't know.
I
Not
mean,
I don't want to blame the physios, but
Trent is out here week in, week out, doing pretty much the same thing you do. Why's Trent? I don't know, man. I'm getting tired of it. I don't even want to think about Reece James because I hate depending on. It's starting to feel like another Conte situation. Oh, we're gonna wait till Conte gets back. Conte comes back, and then he's gone again, and then it's like, oh, we gotta wait again for Conte to come back. It's kind of the same thing. Talk to Thiago Silva. Whatever he's doing, just do that because he's not getting injured. Just do whatever he's doing.
He's playing every game for Al Ittihad. They're number one in the league over there. What's going on?
I told you, if once they put on the blue shirt and they take it off, I don't know. Something happens.
All right, man. Well, good stuff. Yeah. I did want to shout out Evan Ferguson. Man. Like, exceptional talent. Could have been at United, but they said no. Everyone.
That's literally the story of you guys' life, man.
Yeah.
Anytime that somebody brings a player, you're like, who is this guy? Nah, we good.
You see that meme of Bugs Bunny where he's like, no.
Yeah. Darwin,
how can you be the only club to be offered Caicedo, Julian Alvarez, all these dudes,
Darwin,
Alan, and
no.
somehow you missed on every single one of them.
All of them because of the
Crazy,
people that we had in charge, man. Glazers out.
10 bill.
Yeah. That's just
Yeah, we should have talked about that a little bit. 10 billion? Come on, man. That's robbery. Yeah,
I just
y'all know
want-
you're not with 10 billion.
I'll just say
man.
just quickly on that. I just think that it's ridiculous that you would want 10 billion. They never wanted to sell it in the first place.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still holding out hope that I don't think that's real. I don't think that's real.
I mean, I think they
10
wanted to
billion.
see how much the club was really worth. And
10
when they-
billion is like how
That's
10 billion?
egregious, though, Mike.
I don't
more
know.
than the Cowboys.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I
Everybody.
think I don't know, man. I think they're getting close to that. Hopefully, that 6 million. I don't know. I just think that it's crazy that like all this work went into it, and then like what happened? Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
like you're still. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I don't know. It's so crazy. You know how like, some players were trying to go to Saudi, but they were asking for too much. It's like the Glazers,
Yeah.
you know, they asking for just a little too many wages, bro. Too much in wages.
Bro,
They're
they
trying to
They
play
go
up
from
the debts and walk
3.5
away
bill to 10.
to
Bro,
10.
Like,
Yeah.
damn.
You know what's crazy is they gave him like 5.5, and 1 billion of that 5.5 is supposed to go back. It's supposed to go like into the club, like the stadium, and changing like the training grounds and all that. And they looked at that like, what does that have to do with us? What that billion? We need that billion.
Right? No, they need the extra flow.
Yeah.
Popping.
Hey man, Qatar Airways, man, just fly once.
It's
But-
crazy. It's crazy because just got like a little notification on my phone. The Emirates, man, they everywhere. They just opened up a new hospital in Liberia.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
super
Wow.
nice. But yeah, it's just like, dang, you just seen these. They just starting to pop up everywhere, man.
Yeah,
Next
I'm
thing you
telling
know,
you.
Mhm.
you're gonna
I'm
have an
trying to-
elementary school down the street, down in Cincinnati.
Down in Cincinnati, man.
Mhm.
Today I feel. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. And as always, good luck to you in your future.